topic is constructors. So what is comes under the constructors? In Java we are having the objects. Once we are creating any class, then we are creating the objects. The objects have one of the property, they can initialize themselves. That means the automatic initialization of the objects comes under the constructors. So the definition of this constructor is so the constructors means whenever the objects are created, at the time of the creation they can automatically initialize those values. So they automatically initialize themselves itself when they are created. Whenever the object is created, they can initialize this. So in that, if you are taking the constructors, you must follow some of the rules. The first rule is, what is the class name? The class name is same as the method name. So what is the name of the class? The same name is applied on the method name. So then it will become under the constructor. In that we are in the two rules. The first rule is the constructor have the same name as the class itself. So what is the name of the class? And the constructor name is also same. And the constructors do not have any return type, not even void. In that we are not having any return type. So the example of the constructor is, suppose we are taking the class rectangle. In that I am in the two variables in length comma width. Next in that I am in the rectangle. So whenever you are in the rectangle, the name of the class is similar to the method name. So in that I am taking the rectangle int x comma int y. In that length equal to x, width equal to y. So in that the class name is similar to the method name. The method does not have any return type. So at that time we are following the two properties, then it will become under the constructor. So on that I am taking another method, int area. So I am taking another one, int area, calculating the area of the rectangle. So area 1 equal length into width. After that I am returning this value. So this is the sample for representing the constructor. Okay, now we will discuss about the types of constructors. In that we are having the two types of constructors. The first one comes under the default constructor. And second one comes from the parameterized constructor. So default constructor means in that you are not passing any arguments through the constructor. Within the constructor you are not passing any arguments, then those constructors are called the default constructor. Parameterized constructors means within the constructor you must pass the arguments. The parameter must contain, we must pass the parameters through the constructors. So that is called the parameterized constructors. Now we will discuss about the example of default constructor. Default constructor means we are not passing any argument through the constructor. The syntax of the default constructor is class name and parenthesis, and you can have the sum of the body. So in that parenthesis you cannot have any parameters. So these type of the constructors are called the default constructors. So the example of the default constructor is class test. I am taking the test. The name of the class and the name of the method both are same, then it will become under the constructor. So in that I am not passing any arguments. So this will become under the default constructors. So in that I am printing the message default constructor. Now I am taking the main method, public static void main string arguments. In that I am taking the test t. The test t, in that the t is acting as the object of the class test. I am creating the one object. After that, in that I am passing the test value. So whenever you are creating this object, at that time it will directly go to the test automatic initialization. So it will become to this one and it will print the value of default constructor. The output comes under the default constructor. So this is the sample problem for the default constructors. Now we will discuss about the parameterized constructor. Now we will discuss about the parameterized constructors. The parameterized constructor means we must pass the argument through the constructors. So at the time of the object creation you can pass the arguments. Okay. If you are having any number of objects are created and you can pass any number of values to those objects. And in that I am giving the one example, class rectangle. In that I am taking the two variables into length and width, and in that rectangle. So in that I am passing the values of the length and width through the x and y. So in that the rectangle, the class name is rectangle and method name is rectangle. So it will become under the constructor. So in that I am taking another method, rectangle area. In that I am calculating the area of the rectangle length into width. So it will return the values. Now I am taking the main function. In that main class I am taking the function public static void main string arguments, and rectangle 1 equal new rectangle 10, 20. So in that the rectangle 1 is the object. I am creating the new object. So in that I am passing the values. So these type of the passing the values are coming from the parameterized constructors. So whenever I am passing the 10 and 20, the 10 and 20 are passed to the rectangle x and y, and the 10 is passed to length and 20 is passed to width. After that it will calculate the area. The area comes from the rectangle of area. So in that rectangle area the length and width comes under the 10 and 20. It will calculate the length into width and it will return the value and store it into the area 1, and then it will print the value of the area 1. So that means the output comes on the area 1 equal to, so length and width 10 into 20, 200. So this is the output of this one. So this is the parameterized constructor. Now we will discuss about the differences between the default constructor and the parameterized constructor. If you are taking the default constructor, in default constructor it is useful to initialization of objects with same data. Within the same data you can use that one. But parameterized constructors are useful to initialize each object with different data. Each object will take the different data. But in that default constructors will take the same data. By default it will take the value of 0 or null values for the initialization. And default constructor does not have any parameters. So that means the default constructor does not have any parameter for passing. But if you are taking the parameter constructors, these will have one or more parameters. You must create the objects using the one or more parameters. And if I take the default constructor, when data is not passed at the time of creating an object, default constructor is used. So that means at the time of the creation of the object, if you are not passing any arguments, then it will be treating as the default constructor. In that parameterized constructor, when data is passed at the time of the creating an object, parameterized constructor is called. So that means in the main function, whenever you are creating the objects, if the object creation contains any parameters, then it will be comes under the parameterized constructors. If the object does not have any parameters, then it will become under the default constructor. So these are the main differences between the default constructor and the parameterized constructor.